Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding this. This is the Husqvarna Vitpilen, which actually translates to white arrow, and straight away let me tell you that it has a retro charm. This is a cafe racer motorcycle. Yes, a cafe racer, and you have got a beautiful headlight which is an LED unit, Husqvarna badging inside. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, Husqvarna badging right inside. Husqvarna badging right inside. I am finding it so difficult to pronounce it. Anyways, you get an LED DRL here and the lights look nice, but you can actually see the internals of the light right behind. LED indicators as well, which are very slim and look nice too. Husqvarna badging right at the mudguard in the front. And the tire size happens to be the same as the KTM Duke 390 and all the KTM Dukes actually, and all the KTM RCs as well. So the tire size happens to be 110 section up front, and at the rear we've got a 150 section tire. Meanwhile, it gets 5-spoke alloy wheels. That the other motorcycle, which happens to be the Vitpilen, gets 8-spoke alloy wheels. WP Apex forks made by Endurance. These are obviously inverted forks. You have a reflector here, and the bike looks really nice. Here the color is actually white around the radiator, and the same thing in the Vitpilen is actually yellow colored. So that differentiation is there. Like I was telling you, the badging is everywhere. It's here, it's here, it's here, and here too. It's just everywhere, you name it. They have gone overboard with putting the logos on this motorcycle, so many of them. Now 250 is actually written in white, but this seat is yellow stitching, the same as the one on the Vitpilen. It's kind of weird. Meanwhile, it says Vitpilen here on the wheels as well, just in case you forget which bike you're riding. The exhaust is nice as well, and it's a traditional exhaust upswept. Meanwhile, you've got a mudguard right there, and at the rear the lights look really very nice. In fact, it gets a 3D sort of a treatment. Obviously, you've got LED indicators, the lights are LEDs too. The grab rail is big and chunky, but unfortunately, it kind of looks like a moped from the rear when in motion. Now, this part is very busy. Obviously, you've got a tire hugger, and the mudguard is small, so it really doesn't help its cause in terms of rains because it gets really dirty. That is their exposed monoshock as well. Obviously, you've got a side stand indicator. Engine is finished in sort of golden treatment. It kind of looks nice. All the cycle parts are actually from the Duke series, which means that there is where they have got the economies of scale, right? It says Vitpilen here on the side. Minimalistic design, looks very nice and attractive, looks very different actually, and people love the design already. So you've got Vibri brakes, and the disc size is again the same as the Duke. I mean, this is just a KTM Duke with a different design, without a doubt. This is a cafe racer. The seat looks nice, and the pillion comfort is also decent enough. Now, in order to open the seat, you have to put the key here and then pull it out from here. It's a little difficult because there is no split seat here. It's a one-piece unit. Putting it back can also be a bit of an issue. I love the treatment. It's so beautifully done. It looks really nice and premium. So they have really worked well on the design of this motorcycle. It also says Vitpilen here, just in case you forget which bike you're riding while riding, and WP right there, because this is obviously adjustable. WP Apex means that these are adjustable forks at the front. Obviously, you need all the tools to do it. Round colored outside rear view mirrors. Okay, mirrors are only outside one in a motorcycle, Faisal, not on the inside. There's no IRVM here. The instrument cluster also gets a round treatment. There's this plastic on top, but it is exactly the same as the Vitpilen, which means there's no difference. Actually, it's the same as the KTM Duke as well. Now let's do one thing. Let's turn this off and let's turn it on, and you see it does a full swipe up showing you what all is there. Pioneering since 1903. Right now, road mode is what the ABS is on. You can get into supermoto mode as well. Side stand is down. This is the clock. This is the fuel meter. This is the temperature meter, and this is the tachometer on the top. It gives you a lot of information, so you can just, okay, the buttons are super duper hard. So there's the odometer on the top. It's telling me the fuel range in the center. This is obviously the digital speedometer. This is the gear position indicator. Trip meters, there are 2 of them, and then you can get into a lot of other things to keep it pressed to actually change the riding mode as well. Now let's see, it says low fuel warning, side stand is down, fuel range 120 kilometers per hour, how much time you need to service the motorcycle. So plenty of information on this motorcycle, average speed, average fuel consumption for both the trips. I believe that is also going to be shown here. Very loaded console without a freaking doubt. This motorcycle's handlebar actually comes from the KTM RC series, the RC200 to be specific, or maybe even the RC390 you can call it. So yes, the riding position is on the dedicated side. Fit finish quality is super duper awesome. Bike looks really nice and slick, and of course quality parts, proven mechanicals. It's just the design is something which really attracts a lot of people, and of course because of the ergonomics, the riding experience is also slightly different. Let's do one thing. Let's turn on this motorcycle and let's just rev and see how does it sound. So here we go. There it turns on. Okay, let's see the headlight first. Yeah, it is nice and bright, of course. Here, let's switch to high beam. That works pretty nicely. Let's rev the motorcycle. Hear this. Yeah, that sounds like a KTM Duke in every possible way. But how is it to ride? Well, let's get going right away. Alright, we are all set to go. Revving the motor and off we go. Red line's at 11,000 RPM. Oh my god, I can feel the vibes. I can feel the vibes on the foot pegs. I can feel the vibes around the tank as well, on my inner thigh, and I can feel the vibes on the handlebar too. So yes, it has got a lot of buzziness and vibes in the top end. Actually, the performance of this motorcycle is very similar to the Duke 250, which is actually a good thing, but the riding position is such, it makes you feel part of the experience because you are leaned in. The ergonomics are not that great for comfort, but they are excellent in terms of sportiness because I feel so much part of this experience right now. I just feel so involved thanks to the massively forward set position which I am riding in right now. Actually, I am all the way kneeled down, not a problem as such. Now, this engine is the same as a Duke 250, which happens to be, sorry, CBR 250R. Yeah, which happens to be a 250cc motor which produces 30 PS of power and 24 Newton meters of torque. It's a single cylinder unit. It is a DOHC unit and performance is adequate, but so much buzziness on the red line. My goodness, my shoes are vibrating like crazy, so refinement could have certainly been better. Response is good from this motorcycle. There are 6 gears and the gearbox is also slick shifting. The clutch is a little bit, I would say, on the lighter side actually. It's a good clutch. It's nice, well weighed, gives positive feedback too. Performance is nice, but low end punch is lacking. Mid-range is good, but it's really the top end where it shines. But with the top end shining part, it also has so much buzziness. It really kind of rattles you, so you won't feel comfortable in the top end. Top speed 130 kilometers per hour. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes around 9.5 seconds or so, actually between 9.5 to 10 seconds. Braking performance is very nice. Strong stopping power. You can go to supermoto mode and disengage rear ABS just in case you want to do some stunts. I love the riding position of this motorcycle. The ride quality is on the stiffer side, which means that it's not the most comfortable motorcycle as such because of the stiffness, but that really lends it good handling characteristics. This motorcycle specifically offers absolutely phenomenal directional changes because there's so much front end feel. Now the ergonomics are obviously different on this particular motorcycle, the Vitpilen, when compared to the Vitpilen. However, what really makes a major difference here is the riding position. I mean, the riding position obviously differentiates the ergonomics. Front end field is so much better due to the RC200 handlebar, and these are clip-on bars. Obviously, that's the reason it just feels so amazing to ride this motorcycle. But that said, there is no denying the fact that it's uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable because you're not used to riding in such a position. But still, once you're used to it, you will not feel that uncomfortable because there's no stress on any particular part of your body. So there's no stress really on my hand, on my lower back, on my wrist, any of that. No, it's not there. Braking performance is really very strong, very nice. So they have done great in terms of engineering this motorcycle. Now, obviously, this motorcycle's engine and powertrain and chassis, everything has been there since a real long time. So they have kind of perfected it over a period of time. Taking a U-turn takes some effort because of the turning radius having increased due to the way the bars are. And off we go. So here you see, first gear 52, second gear 74. And in third gear it will take you past 100 kilometers per hour. No, it will not. 95 kilometers per hour. In third gear you have to shift to fourth gear to get past that, and a lot of wind blast. Obviously there is no wind protection on this motorcycle. The tires offer decent grip, not the best grip as such because these are MRS, not Metzellers, but the motorcycle loves to lean, loves to corner, offers good amount of feel and feedback too, and is a phenomenal cafe racer in that sense because you look cool. But not just looking cool is an agenda here, it's also about performing very well. And in terms of performance, it just does not disappoint because performance is also phenomenal on this motorcycle for a 250cc machine. Now of course top speed should have been better and the refinement levels could have been much better, but braking performance is super duper awesome, so sure footed, and off we go. Kind of runs into the red line abruptly, which catches you out of course. Fuel tank is super small. I can drink more water than what the fuel tank can accommodate. However, the good thing is, in spite of the small fuel tank, you wouldn't mind, because this is a cafe racer and the concept is racing from one cafe to another. Unfortunately, a lot of cafes are closing down, so I really don't know where you'll be racing this motorcycle, from which cafe to what cafe. Jokes aside, fuel efficiency is around 25 to 28 kilometers per liter, which is respectable. Not really, it is not respectable at all. That's poor fuel economy in any which way. But then obviously engine is high compression and performance is good enough for the city. Out on the highway, you would need to downshift to extract the best out of this machine. Yeah baby, nice punchiness in the mid-range really excites you. The sound is similar to the KTM Duke 200 250 actually, so not really exciting. The sound, it's not very loud as such. This has a refined sound, and we've got 43mm forks. Now everything is on the stiffer side. The seat is also a little bit on the stiffer side, but you can't feel that stiffness because there's a gap between you and the seat. And why is that gap there? Obviously it's there because it continuously buzzes and vibrates, and that happens mainly because it doesn't have the best refinement in the top end. So every time you are nearing the top end, your buds are vibrating a bit. That said, it's a very likable motorcycle because of the different character. Finally, we've got another cafe racer other than Royal Enfield, which has something different to offer. Just avoid bumps and potholes, because that's where this motorcycle gets absolutely rattled as such. Braking performance is super duper awesome as well. So sure-footed. Here we are into first gear, revving the motor, and off we go. Gearbox is so smooth and so slick shifting. Absolutely love the experience of riding this motorcycle, and I love the fact I'm completely kneeled down right now. But hey, that's the fun of riding a cafe racer. You feel part of the experience. Now the price of this motorcycle is around rupees 2.2 lakhs, which is actually quite value for money. Before they increase the price, I'll tell you, go and buy one if you want a cafe racer. Better option than the KTM Duke 250 any day, because the KTM Duke 250 is more expensive and similar to all of its other siblings in the design and other aspects as well. This has a unique character of its own, and that's what makes it, oh my god, what's happening, that's what makes it such an amazing machine. So guys, this is my vlog of the Husqvarna 250, and I can't wait for the 401, because I think the 401 would be absolutely bonkers crazy with its mind-blowing performance. Yeah, no problem here. Stiffness, a little bit standing, and you can get going very nicely as well. Let's hop on to that, shall we? The Vitpilen. Bye bye.